Hey everyone, this is Joyful Anime 19 back at you with another What If Deku had the abilities of a ghoul from Tokyo Ghoul Part 1. Sorry for the music background. Okay, now let's get to the story. Deku is now doing his 10 months of grueling training. 10 months of grueling training. He also gets a few study sessions in, because he can't just rely on strength alone. He can't just rely on power alone. He needs to also have knowledge as well. So Deku still keeps up the good work at school and during training. And he also has like this endless puddle of stamina. Since ghouls barely sleep at all, don't actually sleep. There are some ghouls in Tokyo Ghoul that don't actually sleep. Sorry, my siblings are actually doing all that noise. Just ignore it. Anyway, let's get back to the story. Deku has already finished doing his 10 months worth of training, and now it's only about a month. And next month, at the end and he's already at the last month, and at the end of it, and on the last day of the month, Deku will have to go to the UA entry ceremony. All Might says that, "Congratulations, young Midoriya, you did it. You did it. It was a bit early, but still. But young Midoriya, you must also know that you must keep training. You must keep training every day. Never stop training. Never stop training. Okay, young Midoriya, I'm now going to give you my quirk." And Deku is now prepared for this. And All Might takes a piece of his hair, and All Might says, "Eat this," like in the anime. And Deku says, "What? I'm not that type of fan." And All Might says, "No. In order for you to have my quirk, you need to eat a piece of my DNA." This isn't how I pictured it. How I imagined it. Come on, kid, just eat it already. And then All Might says, "Eat. And then Deku does that thing, like in the original canon version. It's still funny, even to this day. Who knows? Maybe I'll watch it again. And then Deku swallows the hair, and he doesn't feel anything different. He doesn't actually feel anything different. And then All Might says, "Well, it takes time for One for All to fully digest into you. So go home and get some rest. And remember, don't stop training. One for All is a crystallization of power. If you use it right away, then your arms might go popping out." And Deku, freaks out at this, hears this, but then he realizes that his body is tough, and that his abilities were enhanced the moment his quirk manifests. So yeah, Deku does do the training. He works out every day, and he does read a bunch of books. And he does he does all this, and he learned that ghouls also, and he learned, and you know how the ghouls from Tokyo Ghoul have like these heightened senses, like they're in tune with them. Deku also learns to be in tune with his senses, to be in tune with his senses, and he does this. He does that. Now he's able to like sense attacks from far away. And he does do that blood binding thing. And he does learn how to do that by going into the forest and learning how to use it. Even though for the lack of time that he has, he learns fast. And now Deku has a bunch of techniques of how now has really good senses. His strength is now better than canon version and everything else. And now he has one for all. And now he has blood binding as his technique. And Bakugo is, and now we're going to Bakugo, and Bakugo hears the rumors about this kid with these tails that comes out of his back, and they're calling him the creep ghoul, and some of them call him Deku because they cheer for him for his success. Deku learns that Deku has two phrases, one for useless, one for you can do it. So yeah. And then Bakugo hears all these rumors about Deku, and it has to be him. There's no doubt about it. But damn it, I don't even know which school he goes to. If I knew which school, I could destroy him. I need to know. Bakugo doesn't actually train because he believes that he's stronger than anyone, that his quirk is better than everyone. So yeah. So it's the time of the UA entry ceremony, and Deku is now ready for this. He wakes up and he realizes he's gonna miss. It's gonna be they woke up late, and he's gonna be late for. He's gonna be late for it, and so Deku goes full speed and wears his clothes. Takes a shower as fast as he can, and puts on his clothes and takes a piece of breakfast with him. And he's already at the ceremony. And he bumps into Bakugo and Deku says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you." And then Bakugo sees him and says, "It's you. It's you again. But damn it, I don't have time for you now. I'll just have to wait to destroy you later." And then Deku says, "What are you talking about? Wait, you don't remember me? It's me, the kid with the explosion quirk. My name's Bakugo. You had to hear rumors about me." "No, I've never heard of you." And Bakugo is like pissed. Like super pissed at this. Wait a minute, you haven't heard rumors about me? You're kidding, right? Everyone's heard of me. Everyone's talked about me. For someone like you to never heard of me, that means you're either stupid or you don't actually talk to many people. I was too focused on training, so I didn't really care about rumors. And then Bakugo goes off walking, Stormy goes walking. Damn it, he doesn't even remember me? He doesn't. I bet he thinks he's stronger than me. Well, then I'll show him. I'll show him that I'm stronger. And then Deku walks in as well. Walks in, and he sees that a girl is about to falls off the falls on the stairs, slips on the steps of the stairs, and Deku grabs her with his Kagunes, and Deku says, "It's bad luck. It's bad luck if you hit if you hit your face on the ground. It's a bad omen." And then Uraraka sees him and says, "Thank you." Says thank you, and they talk for a bit, and they're actually pretty good friends now. And now they go in, and Deku is sitting right next to Bakugo, and he still doesn't remember Bakugo at all, because he was a kid, he's a little kid, and he doesn't, and it's normal for kids like him to actually forget. But Bakugo is not one of those kids. It's more likely Deku actually blocked out that memory because he didn't actually care about Bakugo that much. And then they do the Ren test, and then when the Ren test was over, President Mike also said about the different types of robots, how many points they have, and a 0-point robot. So Ida doesn't actually come off from his seat and saying anything about the issue and things like that. Talk about that. And everyone is at the battle zone, and everyone is talking to each other instead of stretching. And Deku is already stretching his. It's already stretching. Sorry, it's already stretching, and he doesn't actually talk to him because he's not going to Uraraka, and Deku sees Uraraka, and he doesn't want to disturb her, so he goes to the front of the gate. So does Ida, and then, okay, everyone, you have exactly an hour to finish this. Does everyone have their digital point counters? And in this one, they do have that thing called a point counter. It's like a little text that counts all the points that you have, that you get, but they don't reveal the rescue point thing. So yeah, Deku does So President Mike counts down, and Deku gets serious, and then 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go! And then out of nowhere, Deku comes out from the back and goes super fast and starts destroying a few robots, few 3-pointers. He's going after the 3-pointers so that way he can get bigger, he can get more points. And everyone is saying, does he have like some kind of speed quirk? No, he's destroying those robots like they're nothing, like they're nothing to him. So he has to have like some power quirk. So everyone stop gawking at Deku, and they go off and get points. Deku is doing fairly well, and he decides to take a break because he doesn't want to overdo it, and he wants to give everyone a chance to get points. And Deku already checks his point counter, and he does have fairly good points. And he sees that he's in first place. And in Rentas, Deku also does get first place. And he does hear a scream. He does hear a scream, and everyone, and he goes over there, and he sees everyone running away from the 0-pointer. And Deku sees the 0-pointer and says, "Whoa, that's huge. Don't they think they're expecting too much from us?" Well, it's not worth any points. I should probably go away. I should probably run as well. And then Deku hears this person say help. Hears this word say help, and Deku knows it's Uraraka, and he goes over there and he jumps at the robot. And he uses one for all. Deku can use about 10% of one for all right now. So, and with his school and with his enhanced abilities, he manages to push the robot back on his back, and Deku also rips it apart, destroying it. And then he goes over to Uraraka, picking up the rubble, and Uraraka says thank you. And he asks Uraraka if they want to do a team up. And Deku carries her on her back. Deku carries her, and Uraraka touches the robots with her zero gravity quirk on them. And Deku also destroys a bunch of robots as well with his Kagunes. And everyone is seeing these two destroying these robots together, and they're wondering if they should do the same thing, because it seems like they're getting more points than them. And then it's already the end, and everyone looks at Deku and Uraraka because they got a lot of points than them. So yeah, the point counter does show who's in first and who's in second place. Bakugo is in third place, and Ida is in fourth place. And Deku doesn't actually care about these ranking thing, but he is happy that he got a few more points, and including Uraraka. They wait for their acceptance letter, and Deku is confident that he got in. So he decides to train for a week, and on Friday he does get his acceptance letter, and you know what happens. Uraraka also gets her acceptance letter, and she is accepted. And you know everything else that happens. And so, sorry. And then Deku goes, and it's already the end of the week, and Deku goes up to UA, and he finds class 1A, and Deku opens the door, and he sees Bakugo and Ida arguing, like in the canon version, you know what it's about. And then Ida sees Deku and says, "It's him." And then everyone is staring at Deku because he got first place in the entrance exam and in the written test. And then Deku is being stared at by everyone, and he's a bit nervous, and he was about to say something, and Uraraka comes in. I know that greenish curly hair from anywhere. Hey, Deku. And then he sees Uraraka and says, Hey, Uraka, how are you? Is your knee okay? Yeah, I'm okay. And then everyone also sees Uraka because Uraka and Deku work together in order to get points until the very end, even though it was only 10, even though they only had 10 minutes. And and Deku and Uraka are seen as the top students. And Ida comes over and, like in the canon version, he says, you are a way better student than me because you knew that there was other factors into not only getting villain points, but to also get rescue points. You are a way better student than me. And then Deku says, no. I didn't even know that they had this rescue point thing. And then, but please call me Deku. But my name's Isuka Midoriya, but my friends call me Deku. And Ida was about to say, doesn't Deku, says in his mind, doesn't Deku mean useless? And then Ida realizes and he remembers that Deku has two phrases, one for useless, one for you can do it. And but he calls him Midoriya, sometimes Izuku. He'll sometimes call him Izuku. And Deku and Ida actually become good friends now. And then everyone was about to go up to Deku and talk to him, and then Mr. Aizawa comes in and says, "You're not here to socialize. You're here to become heroes. If you're here to just make friends, then leave then." And then everyone sees Mr. Aizawa, and then blah blah blah. And then Mr. Aizawa says, "We're going to do a quirk assessment test." And then everyone says, "Aren't we going to this? Aren't we going to orientation?" No, we're gonna. No, the teachers here have their own way of teaching their class. So no, we're not going to orientation. Sorry about that. So we're not going to orientation. Just get in your gym uniforms. Just get in your gym uniforms and meet me outside for the quirk assessment test. And he tells everyone, if you get last place, then you'll be expelled. And everybody says, you can't do that. You're not even going to give us a chance. And then Mr. Aizawa says, yes I can. I can do whatever I want. I've expelled classes before even you came along. And then everyone shuts up and goes and gets dressed up. And they're already outside. And, well, that's actually where we're going to leave it off for now. I'll do part 3 of this video later on. So you'll be expecting more of this video. So, this is Joyful Anime 19 signing off.